Good morning, everyone. Oh, that's really dark, isn't it? Even with the light. Oh. Jake, Matt, Ozzy! Our dogs love feeding time in the morning. Why is that? Why is that? Tell me why that is, huh? Because they get the goodies in it. That's right. It's really amazing to me on how, though I use it too, a lot of dogs are not getting the age anymore that they used to. Even our animals die younger than they used to. And it's no doubt. Let me see, that's Jake's. Okay. Alright. Let's give Jake a little more. I can't put weight on that dude. It's just not possible. If he were to get lost and people would find him, I have no doubt that people would think that that dog was starved, which he absolutely 100% isn't. Just too busy out there to keep the weight on. And in the evening when I feed them, they only get the dry dog food, which, as I said, it's like, God almighty, why are our animals getting sick the way they do? It just doesn't make sense. It can only be one thing, and that's the food. Well, anyway, so, but what do you do, right? Just kind of go with the program. Okay, let's see. I'm giving them sardines. I got a lot of sardines that were going in the garbage can someplace. We eat them too. They're so good, but so much of it. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing here? Okay, I'm going to give Maddie a little more. Okay. And then I had all these turkey broth cans too. Nobody likes or nobody wants. I made some gravy with it yesterday because I didn't have enough milk, and oh my God, it turned out so good. It's like, that's often how to figure out a new recipe. Or that was really good gravy. Let's pour a little of that in here. Each one gets some. There. Okay. And then here we go, right? Garbage. Yeah, cans around here are not these kind of cans. They're not recycled. I don't know. I have no idea why. In some places you can recycle just about everything, and in other places they just take certain things. But it is as it is, right? Yeah. Okay. Aww. Now, I think, are you guys going somewhere where you're being fed? You don't look hungry. That's a weird one. Huh? Or are you just being patient? That's a weird one too. Are you ready? So, I'm wearing my head covering today, as you can see. I hardly ever do that anymore. I just put on my other stuff. Well, it's hot. Once I start sweating with a hot flash, it's like you can't keep Oh gosh, just so. But for one reason, I stopped kind of wearing these kind of head coverings. You know, unless every once in a while here. The gnats, the flies are really bad right now. It's like they have their last stand before winter or something. Because I like to be respectful towards the plight of the women in certain countries where you have to, you have to wear them. You don't have a choice. You have to wear them for religious reasons. It's not even, oh, this is the way, we have a tradition in our country, right? Which then that makes it a you do or you don't. But when it comes down to it, in these countries, you have no choice, right? Or you'll be ostracized. As I said, religion. Right? So again, this is one. Why do I care? Because I care about the women in other countries who still don't have the freedom to walk around without a religious thing attached to them and get punished for it. Okay? I mean, if the women in these countries where a head covering is mandatory, okay? Gosh, masks are mandatory. Everybody goes, woohoo! But headgear, mandatory in countries is, well, that's fine, right? And it's not. It's actually a pretty thing if you're wearing it for that. Right? But if it has to be a must, then, or the women who have to completely cover themselves, they have a little slit to look through. Holy cow, hello! And what places do they live in? Hot, arid places. Oh, okay, all right. So I try to be respectful and say, well, okay, I wear them. They are pretty. I like it because they're pretty. One actually looks really neat in them, this snap. But I'm not wearing them because I have to. So the women that come from these countries and leave their own kin behind, their own nation behind, and then come here, right, and kind of throw us it because it's a religious thing and has brought so much violence with it also in a way, even though, well, those are splintered off groups. And, well, then how about one thing to not support that anymore is to allow the women, okay, you either wear your head covering or you don't, but it doesn't have anything to do with religion anymore. We're not going to support that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, too difficult? These women that then come here and they still keep all this wrapped up stuff, they're not doing it here for anything but religion. I feel that is so disrespectful towards the women and girls that they had to leave behind. Does that make sense? Or am I just completely out of bounds here? I don't wear a dirndl all day long or to show off, right, that I'm from Switzerland. Oh, that's a traditional Switzerland garb, Right? They're for special occasions. Okay, I'm just saying, right? Okay, I mean, it's something I think about. How can we make things better for everyone? Truly make things better for everyone. How do we support someone in another country where things are not good? They're not good. Especially still for women. How do I support by coming here as one of their natives and walk around with, even though I don't have to anymore? That's like slapping them in the face. When there are certain things in a religion that are not acceptable, right, according to God's point of view, the laws of heaven, then we should stop it. Doing ourselves. We should stop doing it ourselves. That's a beginning. And that's how you love God. All right, I got to feed the crew here. Come on, guys. Here. Jake, come on. What you have to do. Oh, good boy. Now this girl doesn't want to sit. She just wants the food. Are you going to sit? Go ahead and sit. Maddie, sit. When I speak nicely to them, right? It's like, you sure? You sure? I'm standing there with the food. I said, well, it's your food. You want it or you don't. Yeah, but there is something you got to do first. She's not eating it again. Why do you not like it? You guys used to just, what's going on? Come here, eat your food. I don't know what, I'm not sure what's going on with these guys. Our animals have been acting up just a little bit weird these days. I wonder what's coming. You guys ready? Sit. 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 Whoop. Sit. Up. Come here. Sit. Us. Come on. Come here. Come here. Sit. Boy. Do you guys know why she won't eat her food? I know exactly why. All right. She's old. She has her own ways. So we're gonna spoil her a little bit. You can do that with animals. When people are sick, one also just tries to make them feel better. Animals, they get older, suddenly they have their own little quirks going on. Somehow she knows that there's chicken in the fridge. Uh-oh, let's just throw in a bone here. Actually, I give the dogs the bones too. Not all of them. I've never had a problem with that. You want some too? Ah, of course. Yeah, I know. I know. I can't just, I know. I got it. I can't just be partial here now. Right? Yes. So, no, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. There. Jake doesn't care. He's good. This will make some good chicken soup today. I'll leave that out. All right, next. So this has been something that's been on my mind where I feel that, let me see here. I'll put that back here. That goes in here. Now let's see, how am I going to set you guys up here? I got to take care of the beef now. Bucket, give me a bucket. So we got these. That's another thing. Interesting. What one starts to talk about when you feed your dogs. Oh, I think I'll make that video when I go out there. So I got this organic. Look at this. There were boxes and boxes were getting thrown out. And, oh, I got my wrong glasses here. Let's see, maybe I can read it anyway. Organic beef medley with vegetable. Home-style meal puree. They're for kids. 9+ months. There. So, when I started feeding my children, I went and read up on everything. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait a minute. Why am I doing this? I'm not doing it like this. Well, I don't have any children here. And even though it is organic, I don't know, kids actually eat this stuff? It's just gross. Well, anyway, I went and read up on what to feed my children when they start to eat. And the one thing it was, or that I was told by the pediatrician, if you watched Christina's birth video, then you know. He said, you start with one thing, and only one thing. And be careful that you don't start allergies in your children when they're young with foods that their stomach can't digest yet and could already cause problems. So I started with oatmeal, organic oatmeal. Oh, they loved it. And then I added applesauce. Applesauce and oatmeal. And they had that for a long time. They were good with it. My children were not really picky eaters, I have to say. But the one thing I've noticed with all children is that they don't like things mixed up. That's why they're so gung-ho about McDonald's meals and stuff like that, right? Because they're all separate. Their chicken's separate, their fries are separate, their whatever else goes with it is separate. Yeah? And that's what children like. Yeah? It's like, gotta remember, they're exploring how to eat, right? Yep. Yes. So things mixed up, then they can't figure out what's in it. What's that taste like, actually? Right? Yeah. Seems to me something that stuff like this that ignores. Let's see, I need to have a couple more. I said I got a lot of it. Let's see, here we go. This is a Mighty Veggie. What's it have in it? Zucchini and apple, watermelon and barley. Yuck. I have to say yuck. Well, you eat it if you're hungry. Well, God almighty, come on now. Well, anyway, so there it is. Our pigs love it. They're good with it. But the pigs, they're not children. So I found that I cooked everything for, and again, oh, but then you have to have, all I had was one little handheld, right? You put the stuff on top and you did this and it came out as nicely mashed up, no problem for the little ones to eat. Right? Well, that took what, 60 seconds or not even, because a young child isn't going to eat, right? Yeah, so you're not standing there half a day doing that. Anywho. So it doesn't have to be expensive. Right? And just think how much money you'd spend if you just get some good oats, some apples. Oh yeah, I make the applesauce myself too. Some good apples. Yeah. Instead of buying this pre-made stuff that costs an arm and a leg. I'm just saying. What are people complaining out there that they're not willing to do on their own anymore, even for their children? Very sad. Well, anyway. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. And then I have these corn nuts. See this? Oh, they're gross. But the pigs like them. Pigs don't live that long, so it's very unlikely with all the not so cool stuff in here. They're going to die because of cancer from this corn. That no doubt is, what do they call it? That fake corn. Modified corn. That's alright. I don't think I need more than that one though. There, that's enough. The water. I love it. Sometimes I put some turkey bacon in it too. Every so often. Not too much, because they get lazy and then they won't go out and dig around on their own for a little bit. Okay, let's see. They like a little thinner than this. So there you go. This is all food that was going to go into garbage can at a store. I got it, and I'm feeding my pigs for free. That's all we need. As I said, they're not penned up. They're all free, roaming. The only thing is, look at all the garbage I got now. Look at all this garbage. Look at all this garbage. Right? Yeah. Well, at least it's not garbage that still has food in it. At least I took that out. Huh? Look at all this garbage. You see that? So I started this yesterday, to love God. Yeah. God's plea. Please tell them to love me. You think it's because, oh, he's so lonely and he's... Right? How does God work? Really, when it comes down to it, with what we know about God, how does he really work? He's totally nonviolent. He figures things out somehow to start anew again. Hello? What are you doing on that table, buddy? You didn't have enough? Do you need a little more? I doubt it. It's when you start to love God, not just expect his love, but when you start to love God, you start to understand God's point of view better, right? Yes? I mean, anytime, instead of hating something that you want to either attack and get rid of, or step away from because I'm not dealing with that. When you start to truly love something, right, regardless, right, that's a good lesson for me too. Then you're going to try to look for a solution to the problems. I put this question to some in a group, and the one guy comes back, well, there are 170,000 something, or I'm not sure, but evil women out there aborting babies. Right? I'm going, oh, whoa, well, first of all, what does that have to do with, but, and I thought about it. I don't answer right away. I step back and go, wow, you're really hateful, when it comes down to it. This isn't about teaching, right? This is just being hateful. And then I thought, oh, wait a minute. But it takes another party, which means 170,000 men who were a participant, evil men then, who are a participant in that, right? Yes? Okay. I've been accused in that group for hating men, this and that. No, I don't hate men. But here is the same person accuses me of that. Oh, looks like you really hate women. You see? Again, just like you feel oppressed, most likely you're the oppressor. You feel accused, most likely you're the accuser. Or vice versa. And I haven't figured things out quite right. So to love God is to learn on how, or understand and learn on how the principles of nature, the principles of creation, how they work. How to treat, how to be a keeper and a user, but never an abuser. Right? Yes? I mean, don't you think one of the most disturbing things all around the world is on how animals are being treated? I'm not saying that, don't go there, okay? I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan and all that jazz, okay? I got canine teeth. God created me in a certain way to eat meat. When we raised goats here, oh my gosh, they had the most wonderful life. But male goats, you have to clip them, okay? And you have to clip so that they don't start to stink. Then you can raise them for about a year and a half, then you have goat meat. Yes? Oh, but that is, come on now. Yeah, I find it interesting that people who, are really advocates out there for insane things when it comes to animals as well. There's just no balance, right? Are for abortion. Wow. Well, are you confused or what? Okay. All right. Well, let's get going. So there was another thing, one more thing, right? To love God. Well, okay, so we have certain things happening in this world with people, especially in civilized people. I don't think they have these problems where you actually have to grow your own food and this and that. I'm not taking Gus out. He went after a chicken again yesterday. It's really annoying. Well, I have to keep working with him, or as I said, the next person that comes here and says, I really want that dog, I might just say, go ahead and take it. Well, I'm going to make sure he goes to a good place. I got to lock this up here. I'm sorry, I can't turn the camera around, so you have to just look at me. All right, so the horses came back right after I was done with the video. So let's just talk briefly. Did I actually say briefly? About the confusion, just sudden. Well, I was born as a man, I was born as a baby boy, but I want to be a baby girl. I want to be a woman. You know, there aren't that many women out there wanting to be men. If you notice, there's men who want to be women, which is such a silly thing. It's just a silly thing, okay? I can't call it anything else. And the only reason the only reason this is even anything at all out there is, I guess people have too much time on their hands or something, right? If these men who want to be women would actually have to grow their own food. What am I doing here? Would have to grow their own food and chop wood for their own heat. They'd be very grateful for the manly strength that every man has. Okay? Oh, do women too? Well, you know what? You want to be a he, she, he, well, so be it. You know? But when it comes down to it, man, I've had some wiry little guys here who have said, well, you're barely as tall as I am, you know? And not much. How you going to do? Oh, my God, I've seen them lift stuff that's unbelievable. I can't do. Because my body, just as a woman, is not set up like that. Okay? Do you understand? Yes, so don't give me the excuse, well, I was born puny. Okay? You know, man. Because around here, that don't stand. And as I have said before, so the confusion, right? You want to be something different. Well, I've always felt, well, you most likely got some spirits around you who have taken over certain parts of your spirit, and now we're making the decision. So get rid of them first. How do you do that? Well, it's very easy. First of all, say, oh, no, you got to dare to say no. How long have we had dare to say no to drugs? Has it gotten any better? No. Why? Oh, because people don't really take it seriously, don't really want to do it, even though it's a bad thing. Right? Yes? Okay. No different there. Okay? People aren't willing. Try it. Give it a try. Why do you want to be plagued as a man to want to be a woman? And then make all these changes this now because you're plagued. Well, I can't help it. I just feel you. Really? Is that really your feeling? what you're feeling. Yeah, see? But if you don't give it a chance, right. There are plenty of examples out there where people have overcome homosexuality. And from what I've seen, well, correct me, they're not unhappy. They don't feel forced. They're actually, it seems like the ones who are really true about it, they feel liberated. Liberated. Okay. Here's the thing again. Why is it that as human beings, we tend to act in such an abnormal way? Which it is. It's abnormal. It isn't normal. Okay? Yeah, you call it what you want. I get to say it as it actually is, too. Okay? Yeah. So, but here's my question. When it comes to the principles of creation, okay, the animals are under instinct and seasons. So they follow, they do not make, in a way we do, their own decision about things. They are as they are. That is it. So I'm looking at these chickens. Well, these chickens aren't suddenly going to decide that they want to be a horse. Now, do they? Or a hen suddenly says, well, I'm going to be a rooster now. I'm going to be a rooster. I'm going to start crowing. Oh, well, that has happened. I don't think so. No. 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 They can make some interesting noises. And I've seen videos of, an animal is just doing this. And I'm looking and I'm going, no, they're not. This is just, oh my gosh, oh my God, it's just made up. For fun, that's fine. But people take it seriously. A dog will never be a cat. Not going to happen. It's just not. Now, you want to take this to the extreme and mention the few, okay, that are born actually with both sexes. It's still, their body still will tell them. I was asked one time, I said, hey, what do you think? What should we do? And I said, well, it's still a child. Decision has to be made for the better of the child as well. I said, well, what's the rest of the body look like? So you have an abnormality on the outside, but what does the inside look like? And it was clearly a boy. So I said, well then, it's a boy. People are born. See, and that, again, that would be used as, yeah, but. I'm going, no, Right? There are people born sometimes with certain deformities, right, on their body. Does that now, besides on their sexual organs, does that decide now one way or another if they are a boy or a girl when it comes down to it? No, it doesn't, does it? It's on the outside. Our inside will tell us exactly who we are and the way we are physically designed. Why are you fighting that? Why do you want to fight that? Because you're unhappy out there with things? That's it. Why are there so many men? Or men. Okay, there's not so many. Why is there this percentage of men who want to be women? If you want to walk around in your own home, right, in a skirt this and that, looking like a woman, which you're just silly, okay? I mean, at home, you do what you want. Then fine. Enjoy your time and, right? I mean, women wear pants too, right? Right? And work shirts, yeah, and boots, right? Does that make us not women anymore? Now we're suddenly men? So I can kind of see that. But if you really want, as a man, you want to, well, I want to have a dress on. Yeah. I'm not sure. Most women don't wear high heels and paint themselves up the way you guys do. You know that, right? Or have the hair all, in is weird. You get that? Right? I paint my toenails, but I don't get my nails done. Well, I work here. So you know what I mean? So are you creating your own species out there or something? That then I have to acknowledge as, yeah, no, As I said, you want to play dress up and act all your life rather than when you're a child and you kind of grow out of that. Well, that's up to you. We have Halloween for that, by the way. Right? Start with. Right? But the other thing is, why don't you wear a robe like Jesus did? Or them Asian, old-time Asian, they wear robes. Yeah? And there are other countries, you can wear a kilt. Right? If you want, right? If that is what it is about. But as far as you're a man and you want to be a woman, it doesn't matter what you're going to do. You're still not ever going to be able to be a capable woman. Just as any woman who wants to be a man, you will never father a child. Aren't you getting that? So, again, let's look at the principles of creation. There isn't an animal. Here's Burlington. Hey, Burley, let me ask you. You want to be a female cat now? Well, okay. How about, you want to be a dog? He's not reacting. Hey, Maverick. All right. You happy as a rooster? Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. How to love God. How to love God is you teach the people God's point of view, saying, you have it all right in front of you. I know some things are a bit screwed up and confused to snap. I get it. But do you really want to live your life like that? And as I said, the consequences that come with perverting sexuality. That's what it is. You're perverting sexuality. And the weakest in society pay the price, which are our children. There are parents out there now who think that their 5 or 6-year-old has made up their mind this and that to be a different sex, and they're going through incredible pain, suffering, I don't know what. And the thing is, one doesn't know when they're going to grow up. They're going to say, Mom, Dad, what did you do that to me? Children are very impressionable. So you get them to say yes to whatever kind of thing, depending on. Anyway, I got to feed the pigs real quick, you guys. I'm going to have to wait for these guys. I think one reason God has this plea to teach how to love Him or to love Him is so that the perversion of the principles of love aren't going to get even more out of hand. How could they get more out of hand? As I said, pedophiles coming out of the closet and society having to accept that, right? And then suddenly you would have places, again, which there are already plenty, but now they're almost legal, where children have been sold to as slaves, and I don't know how often, but people start to turn their heads away. And you can go there and pay something, and right? Yes? The videos, the porn's already out there, and then suddenly these child pornography movies that are underground and get caught some, but there's so many of them, right? Suddenly, right, you can go and buy them at the store. How long do you think it's going to take before that happens? Right? I guarantee you a couple hundred years ago, if someone were to say, I'm going to tell you how it's going to be in 2022, they're going to go, oh, no, no. Never going to happen. That'll never happen. Right? So again, teaching to love God. I said, when you learn to love God, you suddenly see things. Wait a minute. There is a very clear path for everyone's life. Everybody a little different. Right? I saw there was one that said, we are 99.9 genetically all the same, and 0.1% we are different. And I'm going, wow, people believe that? I mean, I sat opposite from my sister-in-law and I said, let's see, 0.1, that would mean one thing being individual. Okay, if you go by the percentage part. I looked at her and said, well, yeah, we're, kind of physically, I guess, genetically. All right, if they just said physically, I'm going, okay, well, there's 75% of every human being is about 50%, because you got men and women. Oh, so we're not. It's already, right? I'm just saying man and woman, too, 50-50, right? Just that example. And the rest of it is, wait a minute, it should be more the other way around. When it comes down to it and everything, we are absolute individuals from head to toe, right? And then we share a common denominator. And what is that? What is that? I'll let you think about what that is. Right? That common denominator that we all have. So we're 99.9 individuals, our own self, even physically, genetically. And then we have that 0.1% that we all have in common. Yeah, people come up with weird stuff. Don't you guys think? Huh? Right. Are you ready to go out? I can let you out. The others have to wait until the pigs are done. You gotta go? He says, where's the hay? He likes a pat every once in a while. He'll come to you, or he'll stop. Say, okay, pet me for a bit. There. So there it is. We'll talk more about it. These are some pressing issues. For the safety of children out there, right? I believe if we teach people, love God. Just love God. Try to love God. Find ways to love God. Right? Is that a way to slowly get to a peaceful world? I don't know. Seems like I feel God's trying again with this plea. He's trying again. All right, how about? Well, what were we taught? We go through different eras of all this. Fear God. Fear God, right? People will behave and obey if you fear God. Then suddenly we attach all these things to what's going right and what's going wrong, right? And it's always God who's, well, God made that go wrong so that, he made that go right because I'm better than everybody else, right? Yes? How about just love God? Try to love God. Find your own way to love God. And maybe clarity will come back to the people on what is right and what is wrong to do in this world. There was a happy dog day or something. Okay, and I kind of said, so how many dogs are really happy out there, right? Okay, happy dog day, for the select few. And I thought, Father, all these days of pumpkin pie day, and you got this weirdo day, and you got that weirdo day. I said, I have a wish, I have a dream. Of course, I always expand my dreams, right? And that is, how about just one day, a 24-hour period where there is not one child abused, where every child's given 24 hours to rest from abuse by adults. Wouldn't that be something? Anyway, let's go see. Are you done? You're not done yet? Huh? You gotta wait a little longer. I know you want to go out, but you gotta wait for a bit. There's a nice feather. One always thinks, look, pretty. Huh? It's just black and white, still pretty, right? Just because it's a simple feather, doesn't have all them colors to snap on it. It's still pretty. Still beautiful. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share this morning. Huh? This, that. Do I have it all figured out? Surely not. Do I try, though, at least? Yes, I do. And there is an afterlife, guys. It's just there. And, in many ways, I have no doubt that if we have contributed to the collective sin of any child out there to be abused because we weren't willing to say, enough, stop. Okay? Or, as I said, if the people didn't want it, it wouldn't exist. Then what can someone like me do? Teach the straight and narrow. Do you guys see any other way to get children out of their misery and where they're in? I know many children have a beautiful home, wonderful parents, this, that, get that too. We're going to depend on that just? Should we not? Okay, that's good. That's taken care of. We've got good people, good parents out there. But then there's that other part, the other side. Do I really have to pay so much attention to adults who are confused about what gender they are? Or what, how to say, abuse animals for their lust, abuse children for their lust, abuse women. Some men get abused too. But when you're an adult, you're making a certain choice, right there too. But as children, can't. You're so helpless. So really, would it be such a big deal for you if you have certain types of, as I said, keep it in your bedroom? Yeah. Walk around in your home like, because we got bigger fish to catch out there than to constantly be bombarded with these insane things you want to do. Well, anyway, is that... When you love God, when you really love God, you start to see God's point of view. Where is his concern when it comes to humanity? Not the creation. Were you able to stop Fiona? No, you weren't. Fiona was happening. Just happened. But there are things that we can't stop by not supporting it anymore, to start with, and to stop it by not wanting. Stop cussing and cursing. Do not watch movies with cussing and cursing. Do not support the porn industry in any way. Stop buying the magazines where the women are half naked. This are all absolutely naked. Okay, it's not going to happen, right? I'm already not doing that. Many people aren't doing. Who's doing that out there? Right? Why are they so willing to just keep sacrificing children? It's really sad. You can't help yourself. Really. Start loving God. I think if we start to teach to love God, maybe people would have the strength to say no, right? Right? Even if it has already become a sickness within them, right? Yes, we can try. We can at least try. God's love and blessings always, and we'll talk to y'all another time.